Hey friends, Ash here. Hope that you're doing well. Today I've got what you guys say are the absolute best men's fragrances for winter if you want something that's gonna smell amazing and help set you apart. That's the W. So this is for 2024/2025 because in the Northern Hemisphere, that's just how it works. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, hope that you're enjoying your summer. If you want to be featured in a future video, go ahead and check out the community tab of the YouTube channel. There's pretty much always a question on there where you can leave your fragrance of choice. Let's get started. I will judge each and every one of you harshly. Nah, I'm just playing. First fragrance comes to us from Alien Havoc 1211. That's a good name. And he says, Prada L'Homme Intense. I'm wearing it right now on my way to work, and all I can say is whoa. The powdery nature it has from the iris is just heavenly as I catch wafts of it. Yeah, Prada L'Homme Intense, that's a good fragrance. That's a nice choice. Alien Havoc 1211, no floggings for you. Good job. So Prada L'Homme Intense takes that Prada L'Homme DNA, an iris forward fragrance, as he says, that's a bit powdery, kind of soapy, but makes it more classically masculine by introducing leather to the scent profile, which also helps balance everything out. It's really classy, so it does work very well in work situations, but also would be a great evening scent as well. It's sexy, the quality is great, and it stands apart against most of your typical fragrances that people are going to be wearing. For a little while there, it was pretty difficult to find in the US, but thankfully now you can find it at discounters, so all is good once again. Yeah, Prada L'Homme Intense slaps. All of these are going to be linked in the description, so feel free to check them out down there. Our next fragrance comes to us from Brian Murphy, 6389. His suggestion, Herod. Smells unreal in winter. So this is, of course, Parfums de Marly, one of Parfums de Marly's more popular fragrances for men, and it's a tobacco scent. It doesn't smell the same as Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, but it's roughly in the same style or in a similar sort of style. Kind of like, you know, if you enjoy one, you should enjoy the other. But nowadays, it seems like more men gravitate towards Herod. It works just a little bit better. It's no shot against Tobacco Vanille. Fantastic release. So yeah, like I said, it's a tobacco fragrance, has some nice sweetness in there, spices as well, even a little floral undertone to it from Osmanthus, which kind of blends together with everything else. It's not a floral fragrance whatsoever, so don't let that scare you away. It is absolutely stunning for wintertime and fall, frankly, so this is another choice that I'm on board with. But what about Justin Maxwell, PP5BX? Does he have a good choice? He says, honestly, my favorite for the cold days is Uomo Signature by Ferragamo. Straight up banger. This one actually got mentioned a decent amount of times, so a lot of people showing love to Ferragamo with this. And speaking about that, there were actually a lot of fragrances that got mentioned that are fantastic choices that aren't featured here just because I can't have like 300 fragrances that I show you guys in one video. So if you want more options for winter, check that out. Check out the community tab and go through everybody's answers. Anyway, back to this one. I love Uomo Signature. The stuff smells great, has really solid performance, so you're gonna get noticed. It lasts a long time, and best of all, it's not that expensive, but I don't know exactly how much it's going for now. It'll be like $70,000. Oh, never mind. Yeah, about 40 bucks, but you can find it for less. You can find it for 35 or so. In the past, it was a little bit less than that, but that's still a really good price. So this is a coffee fragrance. It has kind of a roast coffee feel to it, but also a nice darkness and sweetness as well. And it's a low-key compliment monster. This one and the original Ferragamo Uomo are both very, very good at pulling compliments, but they just didn't catch on in a huge way with people outside of, you know, us that are into fragrances to kind of a weird extent. But that works to your advantage, person watching this video, because your average bro is going into Macy's or whatever. They're not buying this, so you can scoop it up for like 35, 40 bucks, again, as long as you don't mind coffee in your fragrance, and you're gonna smell amazing wearing something that didn't cost you that much that lasts all day. That's a win. Next up, we have Slick J Music, who says, the most wanted eau de parfum and parfum. May seem obvious, but I love both and never seem to get tired of either one. Each for different situations for me, but both well done and useful in a variety of situations in the colder weather. Yes, yes, yes. The most wanted is extremely popular, and for good reason. The stuff just works. Somehow, every time I spray this one, I managed to get it on the bottle. Like, how am I even doing that? Maybe you need to aim it between the little bullet imprint thing so it goes in between and doesn't spray onto the bullet thing. I don't know. Both of these are gonna be warm, sweet, sexy, semi-gourmand scents. Vaguely inspired by things like Stronger With You. This one has cardamom, toffee, and amberwood as the note breakdown, very simple. And this one, the Parfum edition, also only has 3 notes. Those 3 notes are ginger, woods, and vanilla. And technically it's like incandescent woods and red ginger. You know, it sounds much more exotic, but when you boil it down, that's what it is. Woods, vanilla, ginger. You have a little bit of smokiness in the Parfum edition as well. It's gonna be a little bit deeper, richer overall compared to the original The Most Wanted, though the original The Most Wanted has more of that, again, that toffee kind of gourmand sweetness. Both are sweet fragrances at the end of the day. It's not like this is sweet and that isn't. You would use them in a lot of the same situations, so it really just depends on which one works the best for you. And they do have enough differences that if you really enjoy this type of scent, that you could have both of these and it wouldn't be overly redundant. Both smell fantastic, both are amazing for wintertime. Next fragrance comes to us from Victor Ashul, who says Lamal de Parfum, not too sweet, not too serious, and perfect for cool weather. Really, 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 really popular fragrance right there. This one does, though, smell great. I have no judgment to render on your choices other than just saying, you did a really good job there, fella. That's really nice. That smells real good. So this is a modernization of the original Lamal, and it has more of a dark scent profile to it, rich, classy, sophisticated, very sexy. Has iris in there. The nice warm spiciness, a little touch of powder to it as well. That's one of those ones where just every time you smell it, it takes you by surprise just how good it is. Also Lamal Elixir, fantastic release as well. Yeah, this is really, really nice. If you've never smelled this, I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect for you or anything, but you owe it to yourself to at least try it. So seek it out in a store, you know, go in there and spray yourself some fragrances. Find anything you can find from this list and spray it. There's gonna be at least something there, at least one thing that you think is jaw-dropping for winter. Before we head to the next fragrance, guys, here are some codes you can use to save money across different websites. So the JOMASHOP ones only work within the app, then there's the Perfume Box, Max Aroma, Fragflex as well. Any of these codes you can use to save money at any of those sites. Next fragrance is to us from Spinblade, 1976, who says, Gisada Ambassador Intense. The scent trails are incredible. And this one does have a magnetic cap. How good? How strong? Pretty strong. Whoa, not that strong, but pretty strong. Let's try that again. Oh, I didn't break it, did I? That's pretty good. Enough of that. This fragrance gets compared a little bit to the smell of Sauvage Elixir from Dior, though it is more affordable than Sauvage Elixir, assuming that you pick this up at discounters. And it has like a fruity, sweet touch to it off the top, which is gonna help set it apart a little bit more from Sauvage Elixir. That one is more woody, spicy when you compare them directly. And I'll tell you something, the note breakdown for this fragrance is absurd. It is completely ridiculous. Like, I was talking about these over here, the Azaros. Oh, only 3 notes. Like, come on, give me more than that. The people at Gisada took it too far. They were hanging out, you know, their minds were open, they were being altered a little bit, just having a grand old time, and they were like, oh, what if we put in all the notes? I'm talking all of them, brother. Yes. And they did. I'm not gonna give you the full note breakdown here, okay? But I will give you the top, just the top notes. Okay, here we go. It has ozonic notes, elemi, ginger, bergamot, mandarin orange, incense, pink pepper, nutmeg, cardamom, lavender, and licorice. That's just the top. Repeat that for the mid and the base. Look, I know I complain about the 3-note thing sometimes and all that, but you know, there's like maybe a happy median somewhere. This one is on the other end of too few. Fragrance itself though, really, really solid stuff. Projects well, you know, it lasts a long time, it will get you noticed, and the price is good also. And has a magnetic cap. My friend Mark is up next. Hey, Mark, you and me buddies. That's his name, like legitimately my friend Mark. He says, Leighton, without a doubt, my favorite winter scent. I love it, my wife loves it. Heck, Even my neighbor's wife loves it. Can't go wrong with this one, he says. Who's your neighbor, Mark? We need to let him know. I'm just saying, man. Mark's neighbor's wife is gonna have a baby, and you know, Mark's neighbor is gonna be like, wait a second. Baby looks like Mark. It's Leighton. Leighton did that to you, Mark's neighbor. And also your wife. Dude, come on, don't do that to your wife. Oh, what are you doing? Come on, Mark. Jeez. Yeah, though, Leighton, it's really good. Women like it a lot, obviously. It's a really nice fragrance. It's what the Mark, what are you doing? It's got a nice sweetness, a spicy aspect that's very warm and appealing. This apple cardamom combo with vanilla underneath just works extremely well in fall and winter, and I am moving on. Vintage, She Got Kicks is next. He says, Invictus Victory Elixir. Not only does it pull crazy compliments, it lasts pretty much all day on my skin and clothing. If I spray there, it's one I can't stop wearing. You and me both. Invictus Victory Elixir is the jam. If you love vanilla, you owe it to yourself to check that out. Has a really pleasant sweetness to it, just leaps off your skin, big attention grabber. In the opening, it smells amazing, and also in the dry down, it smells amazing. That's one of my favorites, like one of my go-to fall wintertime fragrances. I just can't get enough of it. And if I could have just one Invictus easily, it'd be this. Michael Styles, he says, my go-to this winter is going to be Scandal Absolute. This stuff simply slaps. My most worn for its versatility, though, will be Why Le Parfum. Compliments and amazing ease of use. That's the killer combo right there. Yeah. Scandal Absolute, my favorite release of the year, so I'm completely on board there. That stuff is fantastic. It does have a goofy 3-note breakdown, Mirabelle Plum, Sandalwood Chestnut, that's it. Smells great though. I think it's the best Scandal fragrance, and it's one that I can't get enough of. Why Le Parfum, a little bit similar to Why Eau de Parfum, not quite as sweet as that one, a little bit more mature, a little bit darker, which is kind of obvious just looking at the bottle, right? They blacked everything out right here. But as he says, it has that versatility, that ease of use, that compliment factor. So when it's cold outside, you can wear that pretty much anywhere. Daytime, nighttime, does not matter. Last but not least, Steve O393, keeping it really, really simple. He just says, Ben's Club Black. And yeah, that's another good choice, man. Ben's Club Black is fantastic, especially when you can get it on the cheap. This is one of those fragrances where it was cheap, then everybody wanted it, then it sold out, then it came back and it was kind of expensive, and then over time it went back to being more cheap again. The circle of life. This is another one where if you enjoy vanilla, you should probably check it out. It's not the same as Invictus Victory in terms of how the vanilla comes across though. This one is more sweet, sparkly. This one is deeper, a little bit heavier the way it comes across. This one has some incense that wafts through, and it smells similar to the discontinued Cologne of the Missions, which I have an enormous, like, unholy sized bottle of that. I'm gonna go grab it just so I can show and tell. Ha! Yeah, see, it's pretty good. It's pretty big. Look at the color on that stuff, man. Whoa. Fantastic. It's like an aged wine at this point. I miss this. Well, actually I don't. I have it, but you know what I mean. So this is similar to that. Also a little bit similar to Guerlain Spiritueuse Double Vanille, or it's just like double vanilla, man. So it's kind of in that style. Really, really, really well done. Another one that is perfect for winter. So there it is, guys. There's your lineup. 12 fragrances that you say are perfect for this winter, and I like all of them. So no qualms here, no judgment passed. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.